We got the gasoline generator running now. You can start to see the heating elements start to glow, and then that's when we can start timing it out. So here we go. You put your hand over there, it's already starting to heat up.
Oh yeah.
And if you can get a shot over here in the corner, you can see those the coals are already starting to glow. The lid really makes a difference. Your vacuum floor machine's only as good as your heater. So if you've got a really good heater, you're going to get better results than having one that's kind of cobbled together from a couple of indoor electric grills or trying to do it out of your wife's oven. She's not going to appreciate the smell of melting plastic permeating the house. It's really starting to heat up, and you can hardly hold your hand in front of it. There's a taper. This acts like a sort of a short chimney. The elements themselves have direct heat, and the walls of the oven act as convection heat. It's a 28-inch base and with a 24-inch top, which is the same size as our older frame, which is the same size as our plastic. So in theory, what it's going to do is on the corners are really the critical spot. It's real easy to get the center of your plastic nice and warm. It's these corners that you have to be really concerned with. They're going to be your cold spots. And so you have to get your temperature up hot enough for your corners to make a good seal, and that's our big challenge. The shop vac, or home vacuum, no matter how fancy they are, the bottom line is they only draw a certain amount of vacuum pressure, 3 to 4 inches of mercury. That's how vacuums are measured, inches of mercury. And most of your commercial vacuum pumps can draw anywhere between 24 and 28 inches of mercury. So the theory is that a shop vac is only drawing a fraction of the vacuum that a high vac setup with the tanks and everything can draw. If I could chain 2 shop vacs together, where one is drawing to the other, I can increase that from 4 inches of mercury to 6 inches of mercury and get 50% better performance out of using 2 shop vacs. The shop vac drawing 3 to 4 inches of mercury is adequate to pull tight enough detail on our molds. Orienting your pieces on the forming platen can be kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you'll get real lucky and get them laid out just perfect and they pull great. Sometimes you'll get parts too close together and it'll pop a hole in it and you'll lose vacuum and you'll have to throw that piece away. And sometimes you'll pick up something called webbing. It's where the draw sags too much and you get this weird taper on it. And so it's a trial and error you experiment around with and you figure out how many pieces you can load on a mold. You can align these things all the way to the very corners because this thing will pull air all the way back to these outer rows. So, you know, aligning them where you've got nice holes all the way around it because the vacuum's going to pull through there. That's pretty much the way you want to do it. These are little add-on pieces. I call them tapers. I don't know. There may be a professional term for them. I don't know. They're not attached, and what can happen is pull the shell, and when you're demolding these smaller pieces, you can pop these tapers out and then get a grip on the mold and pull it out. I can't tell you how many times I've torn my molds up trying to demold them. So I'm coming up with different options on ways of making the demold process a little bit easier. In reality, these molds will only last so many pulls before they'll need repairs, and these forearm pieces are getting to that point where they really need to start getting some repair work done on them.